So we've done almost 20 interviews over the last 2 days. We've talked to people from Twitch, we've talked to people from Microsoft, a number of companies, big companies, and then also small companies. We had Mainstreaming was a company that we talked to, and First2 was a startup that we talked to. We also had representatives from the Women in Streaming Media group, which we were really happy yesterday to see a very large turnout on that. There were probably 20 or so that were here in the booth. The numbers kept growing. We had to keep taking pictures of the group as it grew and grew. So really, actually, a good show overall. A few trends that came out of it. One, VR, which was a really hot topic a year ago, is pretty much non-existent. I think our last interview with Mark Alamara sort of summed that up. VR has quite a ways to go. But mixed reality is moving forward, being driven by eSports, and eSports was the second big topic. That is a very large audience, both of content creators and consumers, who require very low latencies. And latency, if it's a acceptable issue in the traditional one-to-many streaming, is not an acceptable issue when it comes to bidirectional or interactive. Interactive is probably the third big trend that was talked about, where when you have low latency, you can do things like sportsbook, auctions, betting, even polls and chats that happen in real time as opposed to happening 15 or 30 seconds later with the way that traditional streaming used to be. And then finally, microservices was something that was talked about quite a bit. The first half of the first day, there were a number of panels and discussions on microservices. I think that was best described yesterday by Mark Russell at MediaKind, who said that an ecosystem was the way to think about microservices, where you could move enhancements rapidly on one module or add features on another module in a way that you couldn't do in the old monolithic structures. And the understanding there is that that means that cloud computing has actually reached streaming feature set parity, where before it had always been the on-premise equipment that had higher features. And then I guess the last thing that really fascinated me today was we had Roger Pantos from Apple, who was on site talking about HLS. He's the inventor of HLS, and indeed he pointed it out right at the beginning of his presentation. But he gave a mini school lecture on ways to make HLS work better. And given the fact that it's the de facto standard in the industry for segment-based video delivery, it was really nice to have him come and provide some of the technical details and ways to think about using manifest files and the like. So once again, this has been Tim Siglin, contributing editor for Streaming Media Magazine, founding executive director of the not-for-profit Help Me Stream. Wishing all of you who've been at the show safe travels as you go home, and for those of you who've been watching online, we hope that you'll get a chance to look through a number of the other videos that we've done for interviews throughout the last 2 days, and then also look at streamingmedia.com over the next few weeks, as edited versions of those will go up, as well as videos of some of the sessions that were done. Have a good evening all.